Hey guys, Thirsty Thursday till campground in Folkston, Georgia. Good to see everybody. I did not post we were going to go live today at 8 o'clock because I didn't know if I was going to have enough bandwidth to go live. I'm going to test. If it doesn't look like things are going to go okay, if it doesn't look like we're going to have a if it doesn't look good or sound good, if it doesn't look like things are going to go, I'm going to stop the stream and I'm going to delete it because it's better to have no show than a bad show. So, thank you guys so much for coming in. Really appreciate that. Again, I did not know at all if I was going to be able to go live today. And do the stream. I had no idea. So really super appreciate that. Thanks everybody for coming in. Got a lot to talk about. I've got a lot to tell you guys what's going on. Let me kind of move this camera up over here a little bit better. There you go. Awesome. Okay. So here's the gig with Thirsty Thursday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the RV Tampa show. I'm going to recap that. RV Underway, hello, this Nomadic Idea. How's Okefenokee? We're going to talk about that in a second. Ariane and Randy from Randy's Adventures, they're in the swamp right now. So we're going to kind of give you a little play-by-play on what happened there and how that went. I'm going to talk a little bit about this campground, Trader's Hill. I think it's one of the best hidden secrets as far as RVs go, as far as things to do, as far as what you can expect. It's historical. I cannot believe more people don't come out here. It is beautiful. So I'm going to talk about that on Thirsty Thursday show. And then I'm going to kind of talk about the whole recap, how the live show went, how Tampa went, hanging out with RV Underway, Roads We Roam, Camper Life, Blue Wave Odyssey, and a bunch of other great YouTubers, and kind of a big secret that I'll talk a little bit about, not a lot, but a little bit, about one of the big YouTubers that we had a great heart-to-heart conversation, and I'll talk a little bit about that too. So anyway, we got Blue Wave Odyssey. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming in. Really super appreciate that. Again, please let me know if the stream is okay. Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Let me know the quality of the stream. I'm not going to continue if the stream is bad. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Okay. I can see you guys. So I'm using my phone tonight. I don't have a lot of bandwidth. So if someone could please tell me the quality of the stream. Looking and sounding good. Thank you, Blue Wave. Really appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Good. Loud and clear. Awesome. Very, very cool. Sounds and looks great. No bandwidth. Okay, that's awesome. Download speeds I have no problem with here. Upload speeds, slow. So I uploaded a podcast last night and it took forever. Yes, I'm riding on your coattails. Wheels, Water Wonder, very, very cool. Scott, where are you now? So I'm going to talk about that in a second, and kind of let you guys know what's going on. So, lot to talk about. Lots to talk about on our Thirsty Thursday. We are not. We don't have a big craft brew tonight to introduce to the show. My craft beer of choice, of course, is Miller Lite. When you can't find any craft brew in town and you are in a small, dry town in Georgia. Yes. So, Folkston, Georgia, that's where I'm at right now, is a dry county. So you can only buy some craft brew. They don't have craft brew. You can only buy beer at your grocery store, and they have one little tiny grocery store in town, but they have no bars. Nothing. There's nothing out here. It's a very, very small little tiny town. So, Blue Wave Odyssey, tonight I am in Folkston, Georgia, and I'm at an RV campground. It's actually a recreation area. It's a county RV park called Traders Hill. And Trader, so we got RV underway, drinking, Yingling. Of course, I knew you would be. We are at a place called Traders Hill Recreation Area. It is very, very close to the Okefenokee Visitor Center, where everybody can come in, and that's where you actually put in to go into the swamp. So we're only about 3 miles away. So kind of let's talk about first about what the whole Traders Hill is and why this is a hidden gem. I've got some great footage that I'm going to be uploading on Saturday about Traders Hill. And you guys don't want to miss this video. I've got some real great drone footage. But here's the cool. I'm right on the border of Florida and Georgia. And I'm about maybe 100 yards away from St. Mary's River. So it's very historical. In fact, the Spaniards used to come up to St. Mary's River, trade with the local Indians here, and that's why they call it Traders Hill. There are 300, 400, 500-year-old live oak on this property that are just covered in this canopy of Spanish moss that comes down. And oh my God, is it beautiful. So Traders Hill Recreation Area, for $20 a night, you get electric, you get water, you get dumping. It's right there next to every single spot in your place. And they have a little facility where they have steaming hot showers for free for $20 a night. And they just installed a bunch of 50 amp service boxes here. And then on the camp area itself, it has a huge canopy. You can sit down and have, you could have a big group outing here. They have a stage. They have a community fire chimney. And it's, it's old. It's not new. It's been around for a long time. It's one of the oldest county recreation areas in Georgia. And it's just awesome. So that's Traders Hill. You can look it up a little bit. Wheels Water. Hey, I'm sorry, Scott. Where is that located? That is located in Folkston, Georgia. You are 3 miles from the Okefenokee Visitor Center. In fact, they have Geek Family Adventures. Hey, good to see you guys. Glad you guys could come in today. That's very, very cool. They have there's actually an RV park right across the street from the entrance to the Okefenokee Swamp, but you're going to be boxed in with a bunch of RVs there. Travels with Delaney. Hey, man, good to see everybody. Thank you, Patrick, for coming in. Really super appreciate that. I'm doing it. I'm going to talk about why I'm by myself tonight and Ariane's not here in a minute. And but Traders Hill is, you got to check it out, man. The bathrooms aren't the cleanest. I will say that. They're not the cleanest, but they have steaming hot showers. In fact, you have to turn the water down, the hot water down, because the showers are so hot. So you want to look at Traders Hill. If I was coming down through this area, you can put your canoe or kayak, or you can get your John boat. If you're bringing a little fishing boat, you can rent a little John boat, and you can take it right on the St. Mary's River, 100 yards away from here. It's where they have a huge loading dock. Off-ramp to load boats in there. And that's actually where they used to come and unload building material to build all the way out here. Because it was so rural, there were no roads back here. They used to take St. Mary's River and actually unload at this boat ramp. So it's super historical. You can go down there, go fishing, take a little paddle down the St. Mary's River, and just kind of really hang out. So it's very cool. So anyway, appreciate everybody for coming in today. It's probably not going to be a long stream, and it's probably not going to be the best stream from us. I didn't even think we were going to have bandwidth to go live. I just got the phone with Russ and Carrie and kind of told them a little bit about. He asked me if we were going to go live today. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know if we were going to have enough bandwidth or not. Steve Turtle live stream hopping. Woo! Hey, Steve. Steve Turtle. I thought of you at the RV show. I actually found a vendor booth at the Tampa RV show that they made signs, and I almost got a camp host, but not really, wood carved sign. They were selling them for $50. It was a little cheap for me, or a little expensive for me, but I almost did it. So good to see Steve, Geek Family Ventures. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. I know there's another stream going on. So I really appreciate everybody coming in. So kind of talk a little bit about what's going on with Randy from Randy's Adventures and Ariane. They are currently, right now as we speak, in the swamp. Steve goes, that would be cool, but too much. Yeah, I really thought of it. I was tempted. I really wanted to do that. And then hanging out the side door right now where I'm at. What swamp? So Blue Wave Odyssey. So we are very close to the Okefenokee Swamp. It's one of the oldest swamps in the country. It's the longest protected swamp area in the country, and you can kayak in there. And they have backcountry kayaking where you do a 2, 3, sometimes even a 4-day paddle. Now, Ariane and I are guides for the Okefenokee Swamp, and so we took a group that is part of our podcast, Trusted Trail Podcast. We invited them to come and go paddle with us. And so Randy from Randy's Adventure, we have 2 people that went that took our backpacking boot camp class last year. We have 1 person that almost hiked the whole Appalachian Trail, and then we have a couple new people that have never ever even been on a kayak or in a canoe, and they went with us. So we picked Raiders Hill as a place to kind of set up base camp. So we did Randy's pack shakedown. We got her all going, and lo and behold, that all the beautiful, nice weather that we've had, 70-degree weather, really warm, shorts, t-shirts. We put in the water the other day, and it was 35 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. It was cold. So it was chilly. So like Scott's Airstream Classic. Yeah, absolutely. So we got in the water, and it was really good. We had a very, very cold start in the morning. But Okefenokee Swamp, if you guys haven't ever been in there, or you haven't heard about before, they have boat tours. You don't need a kayak. You don't need a canoe. You can go, and they have a big visitor center, and they have boats where you can get in the boat, and a guide will take you into the swamp, down the canal, and on a bright, sunny day, when it gets to about maybe 65, 70 degrees, 75 degrees, you'll see about 2,000 gators sitting on the banks, and they're big boys. They are big, big gators, and because they've never been hunted, the park estimates there's about 25,000 gators right now, and Blue Wave says, I believe the wood-burning stove is your best. Oh, yeah. The wood-burning stove has been great. I got this thing up to about 75 degrees last night when it got cold. So it got so hot I stopped stoking the fire. So the wood-burning stove has been awesome. So, yeah, so they're in the swamp. They did two nights in the swamp. They go into the backcountry, so you go off into the canal, and you need permits to go. And so Ariane is leading that group into the Okefenokee Swamp. So if you guys ever get a chance to come out here, it's like going back in time. I mean, it's very Jurassic Park without the dinosaurs and the Tyrannosaurus Rexes trying to eat you. But you've got these big white cranes that migrate in the wintertime. You have these gigantic turkey vultures sometimes that come out of the trees, and it is crazy. Showing my ignorance now, but did the Argosy come home from the factory with? And I missed that part. No, the Argosy didn't come home with anything. It was completely stripped and gutted. Um, if I'm not really sure what you asked, sorry about that. I'm using my phone, so the comments are disappearing, and I can't really see the comments very well. So repeat that question again, so if I can see it, I can answer that question for you. I'm not really sure what you asked. If the Argosy, I don't know what it came back from the factory with. I'm not really sure. Not much. Not much at all, other than the panoramic windows and the recycled aluminum. So that was about it. So anyway, what are you guys doing tonight? No, Ricky, Argosy came from the factory with a wood burning stove. No, it did not. Nope. Nope, I put in the wood burning stove myself. So the wood burning stove is called a Cubic Mini or Cubic Grizzly, and they make them in Canada. And in Canada, they call that stove a pellet or a wood burning stove. In the United States, they call it a pellet stove. You always see the big gators until you have a tag. Gosh, we hunted for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. That is a Scott original. Probably. Yes, it is. But the Airstream's doing great. The Argosy's doing great. Nothing's broke. I did have a little tiny water leak under the sink, but that was my fault. I didn't tighten a bolt, a connection good enough. I have to from RV Underway. But other than that, the Airstream's doing really good. I mean, it's doing really super, super good. So, all right. So I'm gonna kind of. Most of you guys were at the RV Tampa show with me. RV Underway, Blue Odyssey was there. What did you guys think of it? What did you take away from it? I just put up a video about how, man, if you didn't know what your lifestyle was, man, you could get caught up in a lot of stuff. What was your favorite RV, you guys? What were you looking at? I can tell you what I really liked a lot, and I think if I didn't have the two dogs, I think Ariane and I would probably get into that. We really like the little guy Max. I've got to say, I really like that. I really like that trailer. I think the little guy Max is probably, for us and our lifestyle, probably our style the most. RV Underway, we discovered we're not prepared for dry camping. Yes, Bob. Wheels, water. Yes, Bob. We did it. Gig Family Adventures, new camp tab 400. Less issues. Yeah, I looked at the new camp too. They're right there, man. I like the new camp also. Intech was good. Those smaller ones, I appreciate the quality of the Airstream, but only saw one I liked, the floor plan too. Yeah, Airstream, I don't know if I would buy a brand new Airstream today, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. For the money that you pay for them, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure I would do it if I had the money to buy one. But I really like those smaller ones. The little guy Max is just big enough for two people, but yet it's it's not too small. But I think the only thing would be the dogs. I just don't think the little guy Max or the new camp would really kind of fit into our lifestyle with the two dogs. I'm just not really sure. Blue Wave said wouldn't buy a new one either. Yeah, I don't know. Geek Family Ventures, we have a new camp. And what do you guys, Geek Family Ventures? How are you liking your new camp, and how is that fitting in with with your lifestyle and being on the road. New camps are really nice. Again, we'd be there in a second. In fact, a lot of times Ariane and I think our 28 footer is too big. So we could definitely go smaller for sure. RV Underway, we just had a great time with great people. Absolutely. I had a great time. And RV Underway was right next to the Airstream the whole time, and we got along great. Loved it. Big, good, really good people that we got to meet. Really, really super good people. Downsizing makes sense. They were on the other side. If you have ever seen a gigantic fifth wheel in your life, downsizing makes sense. They have one. We love it. Ours is a bed on wheels with outdoor kitchen, fits in our garage. Yeah. So, and then I think they can almost go anywhere, and you would not have to have like a separate tow vehicle to be able to go off the grid. Where Ariane and I we kind of pimped out our backpacking van so we could go off the grid. But I don't think with a new camp you would have to do that. I think you could probably pull that up on some pretty sketchy and hard forest service roads, I would imagine. It looks like it. Ours is set up for true off the grid. See, that's what we wanted. That's what we set up the Airstream for, is going off the grid. So, but yeah, sometimes we think that the 28 foot even is a little big. Our dogs probably take up 20 feet of the 28 foot. We use a Subaru Outback as a tow vehicle. Absolutely great car. I think I used to drive an Outback for a minute years ago, probably around 2003, 2004, maybe 5, when they were just kind of starting to come out a little bit. Apologies for the visual. What? Blue Wave. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, so we're at Traders Hill, Folkston, Georgia. There's nobody out here. We've got the whole campground to ourselves. The camp host is out there. The county sheriff is out there, travels with Delaney. We took a new camp 400 on some pretty rough foresty roads this past summer out west. Yeah, that's what I envision. That's what I envision the new camps doing, and the little guy Max's. So, yeah, I think that was my favorite. I think those were my favorite trailers at the show. Really super liked it a lot. Blue Wave Odyssey, Travel with Delaney, that's a good thing. Yeah, and so one of the things I get asked a lot when they see the Airstream is, what kind of tires do I have? I put truck tires on this thing. So my tires are huge. My tires are not camper tires on our Airstream Argsoy. Can see you guys in a teardrop. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Again, if we didn't have the two dogs, I think we'd probably be there. So anyway, got some exciting news I want to share with you guys. So as I was next to RV Underway, downsizing makes sense. Roads We Roam had already left the Tampa RV show. I got a visit from Kyle from Camper Life. Hey everyone, Camper Life's here. Woo, yay! Good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in. So Kyle Brady from Driving and Vibin' came by, and we've kind of always chatted back and forth for a long time. Ariane and I were one of the ones that suggested to Driving and Vibin' to get an Argosy, and I think in the middle of the renovation, Lucky Dog Productions is in the house. Thanks everyone for coming in. And so at some point in time, I kind of felt bad that, yes, the rebuild is holding to our satisfaction, Blue Wave. Absolutely. Nothing has gone wrong. I keep thinking it is going to go wrong. I even fired up the air conditioner today to make sure that thing is still working. That Coleman air conditioner is still running as good as ever. So, absolutely. So anyway, Kyle from Driving and Vibin' came in. We had a long talk. He got to see our Airstream, and then he invited me over to their Argosy to see their Airstream, and so we had a really good talk. Really, really great. I think we spent about an hour over in my Airstream, and then about an hour over talking to those guys in their Airstream. Got to see their new baby, Nora, who is just absolutely precious. And so we had a really good, really good talk. It was really good to talk to those guys. And again, I had been talking to them for a long time while they were renovating their Airstream, and we're trying to think of something we could do together. Being Airstream Argosy renovators, I think we may have come up with something. So at some point in time, I'll share that with you guys. But right now, we'll just kind of keep that close to our vest. But it was I really appreciate Kyle from coming in, and I thought was one of my highlights from the RV Tampa show was he just came in and said hello, and I really appreciate that. That was very cool that he was able to do that. So I think another highlight of the Tampa RV show was that it was just massively big, and Lucky Dog Productions, hey there, Steve Turtle, watched your video today. Camper Life, well, I thought your highlight was hanging out with me. It was Camper Life. It was a highlight. I loved cooking you breakfast in the morning, man. It was awesome. Does size matter? LOL. Yep, thank you for watching that video. I think size does matter a little bit. Steve Turtle, yeah, Steve is crazy. Yeah, I think the highlight was just how big the show was, and it was our first RV show ever. And saw Scott laugh at that, William. And but I think that was really cool was having the Roads We Roam and doing their live Friday night wine, and we did with Steve, Bob, and then the owners of Phoenix. They came by, and the owners came by to watch the show, which was really cool. That they took the time to actually sponsor the show and watch the show, and then hung out with everybody. And that says a lot about an RV manufacturer when they'll do that. And so that was a pretty cool deal. Also, and I think I speak for everybody that was at the show. Bob from Blue Wave Odyssey, could we get your wife's recipe for the caramel cookies that she made, or the caramel candies? If you could just give us that recipe, that would be awesome. That was one of the best, I don't know, like treats, candy. They just melted in my mouth when I had them. That was just awesome. So you need to put that recipe out there for everybody to get, because those were awesome. That was the key lime crack fudge, right? The key lime crack fudge. Thank you, RV Underway. That's awesome. She's been emailing that recipe out a lot since we got home, and she should. It was really good. It was really good. Camper Life, Debbie knows how to do it for sure. Absolutely. And you guys went to Tallahassee, right? Didn't you guys go to Tallahassee after the show? You guys all took off to go with the Roads We Roam, and Bob and Carrie are in Texas. I just talked to them a little bit ago. They're doing really good. I think the reality of the RV Tampa show was kind of like a smack in the face, was when, like a day later, it was only 50 degrees outside, and it was cold the last 2 nights. Now tonight it's supposed to be nice. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 70s. So they did. I think Carrie and Russ went to the RV or went to the auto museum. Blue Wave Odyssey. How about having Debbie do a cooking video, making a keep? Yeah, absolutely. You guys should do that. Larry Johnson. Hello, everyone. Good to see you, Larry. They did, Scott. Very cool. That's what I thought. I thought that's what they said. A video forthcoming. Yes, they should do a video on that. Absolutely. So anyway, guys, thanks for being patient tonight. with me. I really super appreciate that. If you guys could give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that also. Kind of helps our videos out. Does anybody notice the Ariane's decoration up here? That is her. That was a right there. That was a must. That was a must in the Airstream. That was a huge. That had to come in. That was a huge thing that she wanted in the Airstream for sure. And now I stare at this guy every day when I get out of bed in the morning, and it was a bitch to hang, and it's even been a bigger pain in my butt to have it stay up there. RV Dog, Camper Live, Roads of Rome. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys all coming in, man. Really super appreciate that. That is very, very, very cool to see everybody. I can tell you I miss everybody. It wasn't the same. It seemed like it was very anticlimactic when RV Underway left, and that last night I just kind of sat there by myself. I was literally the last RV Underway. I gotta tell you this now that I'm thinking about it. You would love this. So when the next morning, when I was getting ready to leave, Nomadic Hippie, it was fun to watch, all the fun, very cool. Hey, Nomadic Hippie, I watched your live stream this morning. That was awesome. When I was getting ready to leave, it was probably like around 9 o'clock in the morning where your motorhome was, where your coach was. They moved all of the concrete roadblocks and put them right next to my Airstream. I mean, about 10 feet away, if that. I mean, it was almost like everybody was telling me, for the love of God, would you please leave? And so they started closing everything in. I was the only Airstream in that whole section where we were at when I left. I left about maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. Gate 3 was closed. The main gate was closed. I actually had to go through the perimeter road and back out. I think I was gate 2. I think I left. I had to pass the vendor section. So there was only one way to get out of that place. And they were closing me in, man. I don't know how many more hours I could have stayed there. But they put the big concrete parking blocks right where you were sitting. So yeah, we got out of there. Captain Jack Scrapper, hey. Nomadic Hippie, hey. Oh man, Nomadic Hippie, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very cool. It was RV Underway. It was sad rolling out. Yeah, Nomadic Hippie. Thank you, man. I feel the same way you do when I watched your stream this morning, man. Completely unnecessary, but thank you. I really, really super appreciate that. Very, 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 very cool. I didn't even think we were going live tonight because I didn't think I was going to have any bandwidth. But I'm really glad. I'm really glad to see you guys here, man. I miss everybody from the show. Ariane and Randy and all those guys have been in the swamp, so I've been kind of spending 2 days pretty alone in here, and there's nobody at the campground to talk to. The camp host keeps coming over to talk to me. I gave him and his wife a tour of the Airstream. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet. I like the quiet. I like the peacefulness, but I would have rather been kayaking in the swamp with those guys. This is all new to us, only because we have the 2 dogs, so we're not really sure how that's gonna work. Only Adventures. Hi, y'all. Sorry we're late. Only Adventures. Better late than never. I'm glad you guys came in. I really super appreciate that. Okefenokee is so peaceful. Absolutely. Have you guys paddled the Okefenokee before? And where did you go? Did you guys go camp in any of the backcountry spots? They went to Round Top, and then they came back to the only platform that's attached to the land. So hopefully none of the gators crawled up on their platform tonight. So Only Adventures. Where did you guys go in the Okefenokee? Camper Live, hey, Only Adventures, very cool. Kind of glad, man. Everybody's in here tonight. That's so cool, man. Really, really super appreciate that. That's very cool. We are at Stephen C. Foster State Park. Absolutely. So that's a really beautiful area when you come out of that canal and then go into the back country over there also. New Horizons. Hello, everyone. RV underway. God, thank you guys so much, man. Thanks for the drafty killed. Buy yourself another. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. That was very, very nice. I absolutely will for that. Uh, thank you guys. Wow, this is great, man. This is really awesome. Carpe Diem RV. Well, thank you guys so much, man. Good to see you guys. I think you guys are new to our Thirsty Thursday. I watch your videos all the time. Awesome. Thanks for reminding me of the super chat. LOL Kilt. Only Adventures. Happy, hey, Camper Life, Blue Wave. Oh, that's awesome, man. Stop Eating Explorer. Hello. God, thank you guys. That's awesome. William Dixon. Hello. This is great, man. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. 18 in the house, man. I think that could be a record for us. Oh, man. Our Epic RV Adventures is here. Hello, everyone. That's so cool. That is so very, very cool that you guys are here. New Horizons. That's crazy. Very, very cool. So this is awesome. Very, very cool. I'm so happy that you guys are able to come in tonight, and it just that just made my night, man. This is endless RVing. Just got done. Yeah. Blue Wave Odyssey Hoops. Hey, RV Underway. Only Adventures. So the Only Adventures, we were supposed to camp host at Stephen C. Foster this year. We were approved to do it, and we were going to camp host from November to March, and we were all set to go. But there was a snafu because Ariane and I both guide in the Okefenokee. So two different departments didn't really like each other in that. So we couldn't. We decided not to do it. Because we couldn't guide people into the Okefenokee swamp then. And one of the ways that we kind of earn some income on the road is we set up these adventure stuff, and we take people out on adventure backpacking trips or kayaking trips or whatever you want to do, and we kind of set that up. So we would have been camp hosting with nothing to do. So we decided not to do that. But Stephen C. Foster is a beautiful place. If you guys are in southern Georgia, in around the Okefenokee area, I'm telling you. So for you guys that are just coming into the stream, thanks, Kathy, and I appreciate that. Hi, James. Great. RV Underway, great meeting y'all. That's awesome that you guys are all talking to each other. That is great. We love to join y'all coming to those. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Camper Life, see you later, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in. For those of you guys that are coming in to the stream late, I'm at Traders Hill Recreation Area, or Traders Hill Campground. It's one of the oldest county RV parks in Georgia. They've got 50 amp service. They have 30 amp service. They've got hot showers for free. It's an old campground, but about 100 yards away is St. Mary's River that you can kayak. You can put your John boat in. You can go fishing. We're on the Florida-Georgia state line, and you get all of that for $20 a night. Full hookups, electric, 30 amp and 50 amp. Water. You've got sewer. So you have everything that you need. You're 3 miles away from the Okefenokee Visitor Center, and you're about 6 miles away from Folkston, Georgia, where they have a grocery store and everything else. They are a dry county, so they have no bars, they have no anything. The only place you can do is buy groceries, and if you want a little wine or libation, you can buy them at the grocery store. So that's about it. Must be exciting. Blah blah blah. Sounds good, but gators scare this Ohio girl. I'm with you. I'm a Chicago boy. They scared me when I first saw them first, but they're very docile. The Okefenokee is a protected area, so the gators have never been hunted. They don't like you. They don't want to be around you. In fact, you scare them because they see you as big, and they don't want anything to do with you. So these gators are the gators that you actually want to see, because they New Horizons, no gators for this gal. Yeah, they're real docile. I mean, they're very, very docile though. And in this time of year, you probably won't even see any of them. And by the way, William from Camper Life, thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming in, and it was fun to do the live stream with you at Roads We Roam. Uh, even though Russ called you Kevin. So, and you'll always be my Kevin, Camper Life. Thanks. We had a great time. Now we know why people are addicted to doing them. It feels more like everyone is around. Absolutely, it sure does. It absolutely does. How about how big are the gators? Well, they're big. They're old, and some of them are pretty massively big. I would say, I think the biggest one I saw, uh, every bit of 15 feet long. I mean, I saw one so big, it looked like it had to be 1,000 years old, and they get big. But a lot of them are sit on the canal, so they're very territorial. You don't really see a lot of them in the backcountry, and that's kind of where you want to go. So you can camp in the Okefenokee Swamp. They've got some big platforms, RV size big. Yeah, well, maybe they can get big. They're just intimidating. That's all. But you can go camping in the Okefenokee Swamp. You can you can camp on these platforms and spend the night. And you don't see a lot of gators in the backcountry. Remember, the Okefenokee Swamp is only, at some levels, it's probably only 3 feet high. The deepest part of the Okefenokee is the canal, where you start, where all the boats are, the motorboats. But motorboats, they're not even allowed in the backcountry. The water's too shallow. So canoes and kayaks, and sometimes they won't even give you a permit to go in the backcountry because the water's so low. So the Okefenokee is kind of like the Grand Canyon, specifically on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. If you're going to go backpacking in there or doing any kind of exploring, the National Park Service, and in this case, the Department of Interior that runs the Okefenokee, they tell you where you're going to go. You don't get to choose where you're going to go. They will give you permits based on water level, based on who's going where, what, and when, and so you can plan your trip all you want to, but if the water levels are low, they're not going to let you go. Lucky Dog, sure type that response RV Underway. It is one of those fun words to do. Again, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to read this. I don't have my sidekick here. Say it 5 times fast. That's awesome, you guys. That's really, really cool. I can't believe how many people are here tonight. I think 19 is our record. I don't think we've ever had that many people in our lives. I guarantee it, Bob, because this gal can't move fast. I heard that gator can move. They don't move fast. They're pretty slow, actually, in Okefenokee. I think Kathy sees a gator, it would be one of the loudest screams ever. They only, and we got 20, woo, 21, woo. That's awesome. The only time gator ever scared me was I was right next to him and it didn't like me being there, and so it picked up its tail and splashed it, and I almost had to clean my underwear. It was pretty scary. I like your live streams. You get stopped. Only Adventures. We need those, y'all. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Thank you for saying that. Only Adventures. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's very, very, very cool. Very cool. So obviously I'm ad-libbing it tonight. Ariane's not here. So I'm kind of winging it. I'm really glad I was able to go live. That makes me very happy. So here's the plan for next Thursday. We're going to have a special guest. You guys don't want to miss this stream at all. And the special guest, you guys know him, you love him. He does impressions of you and some of your favorite RV channels. We are going to have the Art of RVing as our guest. And him and I are going to do impressions randomly that you guys ask us to do. Jerry Holly, hey man, hey Jerry, how you doing? Very Cool to see you. It's very awesome that you're here tonight. So the Art of RVing is going to be here, and then they are going to play a game with Ariane and myself, and it's called the Him and Her game, and they're going to ask us questions that only Ariane and I can answer, or him or her, to find out which one of us. If we will, you'll see if Ariane and I really know each other that well. So we're gonna play that game with us. So that's next Thursday. The Art of RVing will be our guest on our live, and you guys don't want to miss that stream. It's gonna be really a lot of fun. So anyway, we're 45 minutes in, you guys. Jerry, RV Underway, you guys, Blue Wave Odyssey, you guys, thank you so much. Only Adventures was here. This was so cool, man. I just cannot thank you guys so much. Nomadic Hippie, all of you guys. I watch all of you guys all the time. Lucky Dog Productions. That's very, very cool that all of you guys were here. Captain Jack Scrapper, Conflict Perhaps, Blind Views RV, Friendly Channel as always on Thursdays. Yep. There are a lot of YouTube channels going live now. That's just kind of the way it is. That's kind of the name of the whole YouTube game now. Everybody can go live whenever, and we're gonna stay consistent though. We're gonna be, come hell or high water, bandwidth or no bandwidth, we're always gonna try to come to you at 8 o'clock on Thursday. If we can't go live, it just means we just don't have any bandwidth. And I'm excited because I just bought a 3G antenna that I'm going to hook up to the Airstream that's going to connect to my WeBoost. So I'm hoping that even when I have low bandwidth, once I hook up the WeBoost and I can kind of create a little bit more of a command center with my cell connection. I'm using the Verizon hotspot tonight, and then I'm not using the WeBoost at all. So once I get all that set up, I should be pretty okay with bandwidth for a while, and then we'll just kind of have to see how that goes in the future. So Captain Jack, okay, 8 p.m. should work. 8 as usual, 1 hour, 7 to 8, yep. And I know there's another channel that goes live at 7:30, and so we do get a kind of a late night. We do kind of a late crowd after they're over. But Ariane and I, we've been going at 8 o'clock for a pretty long time now. So I think it's just trying to build that audience. Blue Wave, thank you guys, thank you so much, man, for coming in tonight. I really appreciate that, Bob, and it was really nice to meet you and your wife. You guys are really good people. You guys are just really, really super nice. So, Bob, thank you so much, man. Stop being explorer, got to figure it out. Yep, absolutely. I'm just going by with my phone. Normally we use StreamYard, and that's Ariane's laptop, because my laptop doesn't work with StreamYard. So, you know, we'll all figure it out, man. You know, doing all the best we can, and it'll all be good. We'll all be good. So anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. Really appreciate it. I can't tell you how much you made my night tonight. I'm so glad I went live. I'm sorry I didn't schedule it. I just didn't think I was going to have bandwidth, but I learned a big lesson. Schedule it anyway to make sure to let you guys know that we're going to go live. So learned a big. Let's Travel with Delaney. I think if we go live at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, I just caught your live stream the other day too, Patrick. Good night, Scott, everybody. Good night, everybody. Nomadic Hippie. Guys, thank you so much, man. We will see you next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Art of RVing. We have Impression Night, and we have Get to Know Scott and Ariane on the Him or Her game, hosted by Mark and the Art of RVing. So good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Really super appreciate that. Safe travels. Be safe. Stay warm. And have a great weekend. We'll see you guys later. Bye.